Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at AbleTrend. Welcome to the webinar. I'll be glad to go over the AbleTrend results from today and recently, and help in every way. The one good thing is the software is always the same as far as the rules, and where you buy, where you sell, where you put your stop loss is always the exact same rules and colors and dots and signals, no matter what chart you're looking at. So it doesn't matter really what chart that I show you or what chart you're interested in, as long as you know how to read the one chart. Now you can read every chart as far as what AbleTrend is telling us, because it's like a puzzle, and AbleTrend is giving us, the pieces to the puzzle and figuring out what's going on in the market for us. The algorithm is just really, really helpful, working extremely well, especially for intraday trading. This was a fantastic week, and but yet it works equally well and is equally accurate for whatever you like to trade. Swing trading, long-term trading, day trading, stocks, futures, forex, it's all the same. So that's the good part about AbleTrend. You don't need to have different modules and buy other things, add-ons for other markets. No add-ons needed. Every AbleTrend is, has it all together. And we always combine the charts together, which is what makes it work so well and why it filters out so many false signals. And we get so many less losing trades versus every other indicator. And I'll put AbleTrend up against any indicator in the world. And I mean any indicator, and I'll bet on AbleTrend every time. But it usually won't even be that close either. It'll be real obvious real quick. So let's jump in and take a look at some charts. You've got, I just put a chart up here, X, US Steel. This is a swing trading stock chart. Good, really good for option trading, or you can certainly trade shares. It's only a $12.50 stock, so you can trade shares if you like. Options, whatever we don't tell anybody what to do with your money or take your, we don't, not a broker, so we don't take your money. We're just going to give you, very accurate signals that are going to, greatly put the odds in your favor. So after, kind of a little bit of a decent move over here, a little bit of a winner over here. Let me just get a little more specific. No trade zone here. You've got red dots above, which is resistance. It stops or blocks the price from going higher. And that's on the 2-hour chart. This is a 2-hour daily combination. It's very helpful for swing trading. The blue X's is the daily support. So now let me say that again. The dots come in every 2 minutes. The X's come in once a day. The price bars, the colors, red means down, green is neutral, and blue is up. So we've got a mix here. We've got red dots, we've got red price bars, we've got a blue X. Any mix of red and blue, which are opposite direction indicators in AbleTrend, it's real simple. Stay away. No trade. We call that a no trade zone. Well, that's easy enough. Here's a buy signal. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X. That's triple confirmation. And we lost 20 cents on that trade because we always put the stop loss just a few pennies under the small blue dot. So we'd have been stopped. Let me zoom in closer. We'd have been stopped out right there. 20-cent loser. So I show it all here. I'm not cherry picking. Winners, losers. No, that's deceiving people, and I don't want that ever done to me. So I will never do that to anyone else. Really nice short signal or buying puts. Red bar, red dot, red X. Triple confirmation, it's going to go down. So buy puts, trade short, whatever you like, that's up to you. The software is just telling us there's a very high profit potential if we short it or we buy puts, meaning the trend is very strongly down. Well, that's, again, simple enough. red bar, red dot, red X. That means we're going lower. Or at least the odds are in favor of it going lower. Now, there will definitely be losing trades. I will guarantee you that. There's risk in trading. There's no perfect system in the world, nor is this. However, the odds are greatly in your favor that this is going to go low. So we shorted it at 15, or bought puts at 15. We're still in the trade today at 12.5. That's a really nice move, and the stop loss will be right there. Second higher red dot above the price. Here would be the first one at the moment, and there would be the previous step higher. See, it kind of looks like you're walking up steps. One there, then another red dot a little higher, 3 red dots higher, 3 red dots higher, and so on. So, good stuff right here. All I could say is if you're a day trader and you have AbleTrend, I sure hope you are using it and following the rules this week, because it was one of the best weeks of the year. It was a very big winning week. A lot of money were on these charts. If you, I, or anybody just simply followed the simple rules and made the trades, because you're not going to get too many weeks like this. And you need to take advantage of these weeks simply because it just don't happen that often. You can't, I can't, nobody can control the prices or the movement of the market. But when you get a super smooth week like this with great volatility, up and down movement, it just doesn't get a whole lot better. And I had many people tell me they paid for the software trading one contract just this week alone. So, I mean, if you didn't do that good, fine. I mean, I just hope you got a big chunk of it, because I really care about everybody, and I always want everybody to do well. I really do want the best for everybody. I'm not just saying that. You can, anybody who knows me all these years for now knows that I really mean it. And I just hope that you just, again, keep it simple, follow the simple rules, and be a robot, as you probably heard me say hundreds of times by now over the years. Just robotically make the trades. That's the only way you can win. And you do need to take advantage of these big winning weeks or big winning days, because you just don't happen that often, and there's definitely going to be losing days. So a one winning day like today makes up for 5 losing days. And if you had we had 3 very big winning days in a row, intraday trading the E-minis, pick any one you want, ES, RTY, NQ. We like NQ because it has a lot of movement, so that means a lot of profit potential. But it doesn't matter. Whatever you're most comfortable with, if it's really great if you could take advantage of a week that we've just had, because it'll clean up a lot of losses, future losses or past losses. That's for sure, because it was such a good week. So let's analyze the charts. I like to use 3 charts. A 3-9, a 1-2-3 in the middle, a 3-9 on the bottom, just to kind of see where the support and resistance dots are, so I know if I'm coming up against a roadblock or not. Again, the red dots block the prices from going higher. The blue dots are support. It's the invisible support that our algorithm is able to see. So let's take advantage of this. And then I like a tick chart, a 233-500 tick, just to, you don't have to have it, but I like it. Just to verify the trade. So we've got a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, and then we've got a tick chart. We've got like 5 different time frames, along with the 2 algorithms. We always use AbleTrend TS on all the intraday charts. Nothing but AbleTrend TS. I mean, if you really stop and think about, wow, that's a lot going on in our favor when you have a buy or sell signal. But the whole key is to pick up these big winners. Stay in the trades. You're safe if you have these blue dots below. And you most certainly can use the 2 green bar stop, which is very good for scalping. You don't have to, because the previous lower blue dots on the 1, 2, 3 chart would actually be you'll win more money that way, but you'll have more risk. Some people can't handle that. They can't handle drawdowns. It just doesn't work for them. Fine. The way we get around that is we use the 2 green bar stop. Once you're in profit of, I use at least $100, or actually 8 to 10 points on NQ. Now, I use like $150, but you can use anything you like. Some people use 200, whatever. Once you're in profit, $150, $200 on a trade per contract, to prevent give back, because often your market will shoot up and then turn around and go back down, and you go, oh, I was winning 300 on the trade and I only won 100. Well, could have been worse. But the point is, to prevent give back, you can use the two green bar stop. Again, I don't even think about using that until I'm 8 to 10 points in profit on NQ, 2 points on ES, 2 points on the Russell. That's what I use as a guideline. You can do what you like, but that's what I use. And I know people are always going to ask, well, what do you think? Well, that's what I think. So, and that's the case. You don't have a 2 green bar. Right there's 2 green. So here is obviously not enough profit, only up maybe 5 points on the trade. Just an absolutely perfect textbook triple confirmation. That's actually quadruple confirmation trade right there a little before 10 o'clock Eastern time. And it was just a mega home run again today. And this is coming off of 2 really big winning days, Tuesday and Wednesday. The last 2 days, Monday was about a break-even day. Tuesday and Wednesday was 2 really big winning days, and then today, of course, was like the best of them all. It was even better. Now, 3 winning days in a row. I'm going to guess tomorrow it's going to be a rough trading day. I'm just guessing. I don't guess. I couldn't care less what I think. I'm just going by what the charts tell me. I trade the charts. Couldn't care less what I think, you think, or anybody. Because when you start to think, that's when our emotions come into play, and that's when we make mistakes or don't take trades, and then we're kicking ourselves for not taking the trade. And you can't miss a move like this. If you're a serious trader, I mean, if you're just a casual trader, you don't do that. Okay, well, you missed it, so be it. But if you're a real serious trader, you can't miss this trade. I mean, it's just perfect. It's just as good as it gets. Not because I know the result, because if you're looking at this right here, you've got to jump in that trade when that comes in. That's just what we're looking for. Triple confirmation, up and away we go. Home run here. I mean, that's just beautiful. As it turns out, it was great. Now, we don't know that at the time, but that's why you've got to catch these moves, because they don't come that often. The key to trading is to make sure you stay in the trade. Don't exit until AbleTrend tells you to exit. Maybe that's an easier way to say it, or a more direct way to say it. You don't exit, you won't be successful. Or the best way to be successful is to just follow the software. Do you think your emotions or my feelings, because I think this is probably going to be it, I better get out. You're going to compare that to a software program with a sophisticated algorithm with multiple time frames in one chart. You can do better than I certainly can't. I couldn't even come close to what I think may happen, or using just your basic moving averages and stochastics. And I mean, those are free. You can get those at any website. Nobody's got to pay us a couple $1,000s for the software if a moving average worked just as well. I mean, that would be ridiculous, because I wouldn't do it either. I mean, it would make no sense. So my point is, just follow the system and do it, and keep it simple. Follow the rules. There's only 2 exit rules. It's either a stop out or an opposite bar comes in, a red, which would be a red bar. That's it. Otherwise, stay in the trade. You're going to pick up a lot of big moves. Generally, there's 1 a day. This week there was 3 or 4, but they were monster moves. I mean, huge moves you dream about that might not come again the rest of the year. Who knows? And we have 3, usually after 3 really good days in a row. My guess, might be a little choppy sideways tomorrow. I mean, to get 4 good days, in a row would be almost like asking too much. However, I don't care. I'm not going to think about it. Just trade the software. You have it. You bought it. It's yours. Use it to your advantage, because no moving averages or no feeling, because I think this may happen, or I didn't think this was going to work out. Nobody's feeling is going to come anywhere close to the algorithms that AbleTrend are using. That's an impossibility. So up and away we go. I mean, this just worked out great. You got your 2 green bar stop where you put it 1 point under the bottom of that lower of the 2 green bars. You have it again over here. Now, I'm not going to put my stop here on the bottom of the 2 green bars. Here, why not? let's use these dots to our advantage. Like I always say, they're like hidden support points. So if we got a wall there, let's just, even if we put it one tick under the blue dot, in other words, giving it a little more room to breathe because we're so close to the blue dot, let's take advantage of that blue dot and put the stop just a little bit lower. Because now, in your mind, you got a nice brick wall of protection to block it from going lower. So I'm just going to put it another point or two lower so that we've got the dots to protect us even more. Because often the price will hit the dot, bounce off it, and go higher. And it turns out that's exactly what happened here. I mean, it went to the penny to the blue dot, bounced off, and it went higher. We put that blue dot in there 4 minutes before that even happened. Cool job on AbleTrend right there. Really good job for AbleTrend nailing that support point, literally to the tick. So let's use it to our advantage and put the stop just a little bit lower. Up and away we go, and finally we stopped out there, because that's clearly 1 point below the bottom of that bar. However, I mean, all the way up, out at 62, in at 27, whew, that's a $1,000 winner right there per contract. And I always tell everybody, just keep it really simple, really low key. Start, even just paper trade with it at first. You've got to catch these entries, these winners, because they just don't happen that often. It might not happen for the rest of the month or the rest of the year. And it's like, oh my, how did I miss that? I don't know how. Again, if somebody's serious and you're very disciplined, because if you're not disciplined, you can't be successful. If you're very disciplined, you got to catch that trade. It's just, there's no reason not to, unless you just weren't there, and that's okay. So up and away we go. We obviously catch it. Oh, you have even a couple of sweet spots. Now for the sweet spots, I make sure the tick chart is in agreement. Don't take the sweet spot until the tick agrees. It wasn't on this bar, but it was on this bar where the tick agreed. Well, you know what? That was another 15 points until we finally out on the red bar, red dot. So, it was a day that you kind of dream about, really. And again, you don't know before the day begins, so you've got to treat every day. You just have to be you have to be a robot. Just take the trades and do what it says. If you do, you'll like it, because you'll definitely be successful if you do. Another triple confirmation trade right there, about 12:15 Eastern, and that one turned out to be about a 5 or 6 point winner right there. A couple of small losing trades along the way. Got to be fair about that. That's a losing trade. It was only about 5 or 6 points, but at this point we were up over $1,000. So we're not going to be too upset. There will be losing trades. I keep repeating it because it's going to happen, and I don't want to mislead anybody. For sure, I don't want to ever mislead anyone. Another perfect triple confirmation trade there. 5 or 6 point loser there. So, after we're up a whole bunch, there was a couple of small losing trades, which that's okay. Up that kind of money, we could live with it. And then here we go. Here we go again. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X. And by now, you've heard me say it probably 100 times. I love the last half hour. First and last hour have been the best time of the day to trade. If somebody had a gun to your head and said you can only trade 2 hours of the day, pick which two, I'd pick the first and last 2 hours, first and last hour of the day. Technically speaking, first and last 2 hours would be even better. But if you just have limited time, that's what I would definitely have picked. And then again, another great trade at the end of the day. Even more. It was just great. Stop out there, and then again, right there, back in again. 5 minutes before the close, it shot up another 15 point, and AbleTrend gave us another 15 point winner, which is $300 because it's $20 per point. So it was just a fantastic day, and three days in a row like this. So 3 days in a row like this, if you were a robot, you paid for the software in 3 days. You had to take all the trades, which is what you have to do anyhow, because how do you know? You don't know before the day begins or before the trade begins if it's going to be a winner. Boy, I wish we knew that answer. We'd never have a loser. So So you just have to be a robot and do it, and you'll be rewarded in the long run. And again, you have to grind it out because sometimes you get losing trades, losing days. It's going to happen. I'm kind of giving you the heads up. I don't want your expectations to be ridiculous, like it's going to be like this all the time. So I'm real fair about that stuff because that's how I would want somebody to be with me. Steve, let me go to a couple of real quick symbols. Gene, you re-enter as I said, you enter on a sweet spot, and if you've watched any of the videos, you know by now the sweet spot is a pullback, like right here, pull back down to the blue dot, and it goes from green back to blue again with tick agreement, with 233 tick agreement. You're right back into the trade. Boom! That thing shot up 15 points. That's a $300 bill right into the close. Sydney, we had 3 really good days in a row. Yesterday was a really good day, as was Tuesday. I mean, and then today was the best one of them all. So I just wish it could always be like that. I wish every day could be like, every week could be like this week. Use 2 green bar stop on ES if applicable. Yes, same thing. Again, Steve, same rules. Steve K. Same rules, same colors, same dots for every single chart, intraday chart. The only time we don't use the 2 green bar, and you can if you like, is when we do the longer term, swing or position trading. Sid, 10, 12, I went over this, Sid. You're not in profit. So we don't use the 2 green bar exit or 2 green bar stop. And I went over that in detail. We don't use the 2 green bar stop unless you're 8 to 10 points, and you can use whatever number you like in profit. Otherwise, we simply use the previous lower small blue dot, which was right here. Now we're in profit up here, a good couple of $100. So now we can use the 2 green bar stop. Michael Z says it's a work in progress because he wants to get out when he's got profit. Again, anybody could do whatever they want with their money, but then you look back on the chart and you go, oh my God, I should have made $1,000 today. And the rules couldn't be any easier. I had a client tell me he taught his teenage son in one day. You just have to do it. Of course, the teenage boy didn't know that there was real money involved, but you're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to think about that either. So you just have to follow the rules, which are very simple, and follow the signals that AbleTrend, the triple confirmation signals. There's only 2 exit rules. So yeah, if you have to get in and out a couple times, that's fine, but don't hesitate to re-enter on the sweet spots because they have been outstanding with tick agreement. Steve K says, what do you do when either a red or blue X shows up and 2 bars later it's gone and you're already in the trade? And because the X comes in every 3 minutes, the dots come in every 1 minute. So if at the time you got into the trade, you just stay in the trade and you manage it the exact same way. Only 2 exit rules. You either get stopped out or opposite colored bar comes in. There's never any difference. There's only 2 exit rules. It's either a stop out or opposite colored price bar. It's always the same. Nothing ever changes, which is kind of cool. That's the nice. Well, you're welcome, Sydney. PJ, we're looking at it. No, this is a 1 minute chart, PJ. If you look up top, you can see right up here it says 1 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute, which is the same. 1, 2, 3. I just put 1, 3, 2. But either way, it's the same thing. This is a 1 minute chart. These price bars come in every 1 minute. The dot underneath it comes in every 1 minute. The small X is the 2 minute. The bigger X is the 3 minute. I simply want to have a blue bar, a blue dot, and a blue X. That's it. 1 minute, 2 2-minute, 3-minute chart. This is triple confirmation. We have 3 time frames in 2 different AbleTrend algorithms, all combined into one chart. That is why it's so accurate. You're welcome, Steve. Well, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for everyone for being here, and have a great night.